one of your core messages is that no one can stop you, only you can stop you. So how did you reach this conclusion?
Well, I reached this conclusion by studying successful people, and the idea is that this is how it works. If your why you want something, is stronger than your fears, you make it. Most people don't have a strong enough reason. Now, who do you love? Pick somebody you love. Tell me, who do you love? Anybody in your life?
Well, the first person that comes to my mind now is my dog.
Your dog.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine that we take your dog away. We take a dog away if you don't achieve something. Now you're willing to do everything. If you, let's say we took your child away, your mother away. I mean, just think of the idea. Now it's like, oh, for my mother.
Yeah.
I said, you have to realize that most people are more connected to their fears than their dreams. So those are unstoppable. People who have a dream, like Steve Jobs, that everybody said this is totally crazy. But the idea is that everybody who is amazing, people think they're crazy. But that's one of the secrets, is that real artists, real business people, nothing stops them because they're not interested what anybody thinks, what anybody wants. You live in a country, a lot of countries, people worry what other people think. And the reason that is because you don't know what you think. I have to say, I don't really know what anybody thinks in LA. I mean, I know what's going on in LA, but I don't know what they're thinking or what I'm doing. No one's really interested. That's a very European thing. It's Germans like, what do you think about that? I don't know. No one, doesn't really matter what you think, because there was a time when you never thought. Usually the one big moment in life is when people are going to make love for the first time. Do they call their parents and ask for permission? They go like, no, I have to do it. Now they know that their parents probably would have said no, but they don't seem to care because it's something they need to do. And that's how you need to feel about everything. It's something passionately. So I can't give that to you. You have to have that.
So why do you think that people, they don't have this why strong enough? What prevents them to get there?
Well, you don't have the right reasons. The only reason you do something, now since I specialize with actors and business people, but also actors, is that the only way you succeed is that if I don't do this, I'm going to die. It can't be like this is nice, this is fun, because it's difficult. You have to have a reason like, if I don't do this, I will have wasted my life. You need to have such a strong feeling. But most people go like, I like it. Like, let's say you want to go to China. I've always wanted to go to China, but I've never gone. It's an idea. There are very few people that dreams. Most people are ideas. It's an idea. Most people are living ideas. And I would say that 85% of my students, 85, they just live ideas. They like the idea of acting. It's like everybody likes the idea of everything, except they don't like to work. You know, it's one of the American sayings, let's make a lot of money and do nothing. And so that's kind of more like, you know, everybody wants to be rich, but nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to have a great body, but nobody wants to go to the gym. I think that what it is that I'm expert on recognizing that people don't really have a dream, they just have an idea. Because if the dream is important, it's got to be life and death. If it's not life and death, it's not going to happen.
But do you believe that everybody should have this kind of dream?
Well, I believe that everyone should have something that they live for, to have a passion. They need to live. Look, we're all born with something special we need to do. You are trying to follow your heart. You wouldn't end up in Sedona. I can already tell what kind of person you are. That's what I know, is that, you know what, there's something out there. It's part of the human spirit, which is why we went to the moon, because we go, you know what, there's something out there. We need to go. It's also an American idea. It's called Go West, Young Man. Go West, Young Man is in the first part of the United States, people lived. And then people said, it's part of the movies, which is like all of a sudden, you're my girlfriend, and I say, you know what, I got to go west. The guy gets on the horse, and he's going west to find a new land by himself. He's not even going with a lot of people. And so I think that you cannot be happy unless you have a passion for something. So do I believe it? Yes, because I want people to be happy. Because there's Eastern European, they're more connected to their sadness and their pain. They think life is about suffering. But life is not about suffering, because sad things are going to come. You don't have to add extra suffering. So you don't have to like sadness is going to happen, bad things is going to happen. You don't need to worry about that. Your job is to create happy moments. If you don't make a birthday party today, there's no birthday party. If we don't make a party at all, there's no party. And most people sit around because it's one of the poisons that is in Eastern European and Europe, that it's about suffering, that life is painful. And I'm saying, no, life is not painful. Life is to find the joy, because it takes courage to be happy. It doesn't take courage to be sad. It takes courage to have hope. It doesn't take courage not to have hope. It takes courage to live a dream. It doesn't, and most people are not courageous.
Another idea that I loved in the interview is that when you talked about transforming the no, we all sometimes get in our life into now. So that's a brilliant idea. How do we do that?
Life starts at no. You're not living in Sedona, so that's no. You don't have a big business right now, so that's no. We are at no, always. We can only turn life into yes. If you don't go to Sedona, you're at no, right? The idea is that we have to worry about getting a no. We're at no. It doesn't, if I don't ask her out, I'm at no. I don't ask her out. It's not like I'm afraid that she's going to say no. We're at no now. So what I have discovered was the fact that when people say no, which is what I hear, I always put a W next to it, and then I hear now. And one of the ways you can do that is go to the best restaurant in your town. The best. But it must be like a restaurant it takes 2 months to get a reservation. Go there tonight. Go up to the lady or whatever, and the man, whatever, and say, I'd like a table for 2. Then the man's going to say, well, we're full. That's when you start charming and being funny. And I have to say that I have never not succeeded getting a table. Because I will keep talking, and I'll just keep going. And sometimes they say, we're really full. I said, don't worry, I'll stay right here. Maybe somebody cancels. And I just stand. And after a while, sometimes they just want to get rid of you and just give you a table. And I remember when I did it one time, which is funny, they said, okay, we have a table for you. And I said, oh, that's great. But I was thinking about that other table. And they're like, oh, my God, this guy's unbelievable. We're going to give you a table. I said, yeah, but I was looking at the center one. And that's what they did. They gave me the center one. You have to have the fact that, of course, life is no, because life is negative. So it's common to say, no, Rome. Then you start talking. And that's where you need to become the art of communication. People don't know how to speak. So the only way you're going to change that waiter is charm and humor, not screaming at them, but saying, listen, I'm really sorry. I guess I should have called.
Well, I guess this also has to do with the energy of each person. And what you said, that people, when they go to Hollywood, they think mostly about what they can get and not about what they give.
Right. No, the idea is that the most important thing, yes. The energy is the most important thing. I think people like my energy, I guess, and that's why they feel like this guy's funny or something's up with him. And I'm like talking to them because I really like people. And so, the most important quality for Hollywood, the most important quality is not talents, is energy. The energy, if you don't have a great energy, which you have, you don't have a chance in Hollywood. You can just forget about it. Stay home.
I think that applies to all walks of life.
Well, of course that applies to all works of life, but sometimes people think differently for different types of energy. So sometimes it's different. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's served me very well in the business world where I work, from all different companies, from everything. I work with some of the biggest companies in the world, and my energy has gotten me wherever I am. Because in Hollywood, there's a rule. It's not who you know, it's who would want to know you. So if you're with me and there's George Clooney, he would talk to you if you were interesting and fun. He's not looking for another star.
Yeah.
But if you have nothing to say, they're not interested.
So how do you maintain this kind of energy? Where does it come from?
A lot of mamaligale. No, just not.
It will be hard to translate that, but I'll do my best.
No. I don't know. I've been pretty much like this all my life. And I think that one of the things I do is you have to feed your happiness. You need food to survive. Well, your soul needs food as well. So every morning you need to charge your happiness battery. Listen to some music, talk to people that you love, surround yourself with positivity, call 3 people and thank them for being in your life, email 3 people and say, could you help me? The idea is that we need to charge our battery because life is so hard. It is hard, but if you don't, sometimes you say, you know what, you're tired, I'm tired, let's go to Hawaii. Yeah, and we stayed in Hawaii and Maui. We have the best time in our life. Yeah. So we need to charge our batteries, and I think that's how I maintain it. One of the things that I love most is I'm a professional dancer. So I danced on Broadway. I did music. So I put a lot of music in here, which I dance. I'm like a great dancer. So I love dancing, and I do that 3 times a week. That charges my battery. You need to healthy foods. You need to invest in yourself, because if you don't invest in you, nobody will invest in you. And there's ways of doing it, because it's like a relationship. This is my girlfriend. So how do we maintain a good relationship? We spend time together. We give love to each other. We care. Otherwise, it's like the investment. Now, I don't talk to her. I never see her. Then it's over. And you need to be revolutionary, and you need to love yourself, because only the people who love themselves care about other people. The people who are unhappy, who do they care about? Only themselves. And that's what the problem is, because you've been taught not to, for the criticism and everything else.
So what can be hard about life for someone who, works with all these great actors and lives in Beverly Hills?
Sometimes the parking is very hard. No.
Oh yeah, LA, I know. Yeah, parking, I know that.
I tell you, sometimes you can't get the right drink. I would say there's a friend of mine says, I have a golden life. It's like I live in this beautiful apartment. Well, there's difficulties, just normal life, this, that. A project I'm working on is not working, a movie is not happening. But there isn't anything that you want to, kill yourself about. It's just things that I do, things that I put myself together. And there's always, there's problems. Well, because I have a great life, but you also need problems. So you have to realize that the problem is, family, people getting sick. I have a niece who has cancer. So there's always, you're at the hospital. It's very hard and very difficult. And every day I call to see how she's doing. So you're like a natural person. This one's that. This one's sick. This one broke up. Then you're looking for love. You're not like everything is perfect. You're looking for a girlfriend. You're looking for a relationship. So you're just dealing with normal issues. Some days it's harder, but it takes courage to be positive, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So he's normal after all. I mean, he's a human being.
Well, I'm not normal. I'm hoping.
Not normal.
Not normal.
Not normal, of course. You're
yes.
not, but you're a human being.
I am still human.
You're still human.
Not really. Not too much human.
Not too much, but
I have a little human. Yes, a little human. Yeah, it's all the same problems and yeah.
So how did you find your gift, and what women can do to find their gift if they didn't find it?
I would say, first of all, women are much smarter than men. Because it's because they're connected more to their emotions and to their feelings and to their instincts. They have more of a connection to what instincts are, and the power of life is instincts. Men don't follow their instincts; they follow their mind. Women can do a million things. They can take a household. Men have trouble getting just one job coming home. I have found that the women I know are super smart. There are always more women in acting class than men, because women follow their dreams, men don't. They think, maybe you need to get a real job. No. The most important thing is celebrate your sensuality. That's very important for women. There's a big epidemic problem about that, and that is celebrating everything you have. Celebrate your sensuality. Believe in your authenticity. The way you were born is perfect, because God doesn't make a mistake. So you realize that that's a very important thing for me. And I think that women also need to work out. Mm-hmm. Go work out, take a Zumba class, do a dance class, eat healthy, and realize that you are as smart and unfortunately smarter than everybody else. And, follow your dreams, run your own business. Speak up. The most important thing, there's an epidemic problem in the world, which is people are not connected to their emotions and not expressing their emotions.
How can somebody benefit from taking acting classes or working with you?
The best class you can ever take in your life, the best, is an acting class. Because acting class teaches you first, who are you? Don't you want to know who you are? What do you want? Well, what are your gifts? How well do you believe in yourself? What's your dream? This is everything. Acting class, the acting class I teach you will totally change your life. That's the most important thing.
And how do you find, I know that authenticity is very important to you, so how can people find the courage to be authentic?
Well, I think the first part you said is how can they follow to be authentic? Authenticity is when you have the courage to be you, but to be authentic, you have to be willing to be unpopular. The people who are authentic were the ones where people made bullies, people were picked on. But the moment you become different, everybody looks at you like, what are you, different? What are you, special? Yeah. So they come after you. Like if you're going to go to Sedona, everybody's going to tell you that's crazy because they just want you to stay here. People live in fear and people live in authenticity that way. So you have to, listen, you need courage to live. Courage comes from heart, cœur, from the heart. And if you don't live your heart, you're going to be a very unhappy person.
Thank you.
Thank you.